welcome to This Explainer. Okay, look, if you're busting your tail at the gym, eating like a rabbit, but you're still storing excess fat and feeling sluggish all day, you're definitely not alone. It's incredibly frustrating to feel like your body is just actively working against you despite all your hard work. So, let's kick things off by busting a huge myth right out of the gate. Is your metabolism actually broken? No way. It's not broken. It's really just slowed down. And the absolute best part here, we can fix it completely naturally by focusing on daily habits rather than crazy crash diets. But before we fix it, we've got to understand what the heck it actually is, right? Basically, your metabolism is the sum total of every single chemical reaction your body runs just to keep you alive and functioning. It dictates how many calories you burn at rest, how your body uses food for fuel, and even how fast you recover from training. Now, here's where it gets a little scary. After you hit your 20s, your metabolism drops by up to 2 to 3% every decade. I know, that sounds totally discouraging, but actually, scratch that. It's mostly due to muscle loss and poor daily habits. And both of those, entirely within your control. We're going to treat your body like a high-performance engine today. Here is our 3-part blueprint for this explainer. First, upgrading your engine. Second, fueling for maximum burn. And finally, crucial maintenance. No gimmicks, no expensive supplements. All right, part 1, upgrading your engine or building the hardware. This is all about how you physically train and move your body. I want you to burn this phrase into your brain. Muscle is your metabolic engine. See, muscle is metabolically expensive for your body to keep around. Just 1 single pound of muscle burns roughly 6 calories a day at rest, meaning if you add 10 pounds of muscle over a year, you're burning an extra 60 calories daily just sitting on the couch. To build that muscle, you really need to be lifting weights at least 3 times a week, and you want to prioritize the big, massive compound movements. We're talking squats, deadlifts, the bench press, and rows. These recruit the most muscle fibers and give you the absolute biggest metabolic return on your time. But what about when you're not in the gym? Well, that brings us to the difference between an active day and a sedentary day, which boils down to something called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. NEAT is basically every calorie you burn living your life. Walking, taking the stairs, standing up, or even just aggressively bouncing your leg during a boring meeting. And to put that into perspective, just look at this number. 350. Highly active people can burn up to 350 extra calories a day just through NEAT compared to sedentary folks. That's literally an entire extra workout accomplished just by moving a bit more throughout your normal day. Okay, moving on to part 2, fueling for maximum burn, which covers food and hydration. Basically, the specific fuel you need to pour into this upgraded engine to keep it running hot. This brings us to the thermic effect of food. And wow, this just shows the absolute superpower of protein. Your body actually burns up to 30% of the calories from protein just trying to digest the stuff. Compare that massive burn to just 8% for carbs and a measly 3% for fat. So really maximize that incredible calorie burning effect, you should target about 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight every single day. And hey, quick tip, spread that evenly across your meals. Your body can only use so much at one time, so don't waste it all in one giant sitting. Here's another huge fueling rule. Try to eat a protein-rich breakfast within 60 to 90 minutes of waking up. Now, I know intermittent fasting is super popular right now, but for most guys trying to fix their metabolism, skipping breakfast leaves you running on empty right when your cortisol and testosterone are naturally peaking. Fuel up early with 3 eggs, some Greek yogurt, or a quick shake. Next up is hydration, and man, this stat is just wild. Drinking just 500 milliliters of cold water can actually spike your metabolic rate by up to 30% for 30 to 40 minutes. Because the water is cold, your body literally has to work overtime to warm it up, burning extra calories in the process. So you've got to make this simple formula your non-negotiable daily target. Drink half your body weight in ounces of water every single day. If you weigh 180 pounds, that's 90 ounces. Try making it a habit to start every morning with a big glass of water before you even think about touching your coffee. Now, a super quick but really serious warning on calories. When you're trying to lose fat, please do not slash your calories dramatically below your basal metabolic rate. If you do that, your body completely panics, enters survival mode to conserve energy, and will crash your metabolism. Always stick to a modest, slow and steady deficit of about 300 to 500 calories below maintenance. All right, let's hit part 3, crucial maintenance, which is all about sleep, stress, and a few extras. This is how you build a rock-solid foundation, so your newly upgraded engine doesn't break down. Look at the difference between getting less than 7 hours of sleep versus 7 to 9 hours. Sleeping less than 7 hours is a complete disaster for your metabolism. It spikes ghrelin, that's your hunger hormone. It plummets leptin, which tells you you're full, and it totally crushes your testosterone levels. You're going to end up eating more, moving less, and tanking your metabolic rate. You really have to treat that 7 to 9 hours of sleep as your ultimate secret weapon. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Hang up some blackout curtains, keep your bedroom nice and cool, and enforce a strict no phone rule about 30 minutes before bed to guarantee deep restorative rest. We also really need to talk about stress. Managing chronic stress to lower your cortisol levels is absolutely crucial because high cortisol basically tells your body to break down muscle for energy, store fat directly around your midsection, and slow down your thyroid, which is the literal gas pedal for your entire metabolism. But hey, the good news? You definitely don't need some massive hour-long meditation routine. Just lean into simple daily practices. We're talking 10 minutes of deep breathing, a short walk outside, or even just a little journaling before bed. These are incredibly effective at bringing that cortisol down. Finally, let's talk about getting a little natural edge. Using caffeine, and specifically the catechins found in green tea, can genuinely boost your metabolic rate by 3 to 11% while improving fat oxidation. But there's a catch here. You have to use them strategically and cut them off completely by 2 p.m. so you don't ruin that sleep we just talked about. Let's tie it all together with this ultimate daily cheat sheet. These are the consistent, smart targets you can start applying right now. Hitting your protein, getting your water, keeping a safe calorie deficit, and prioritizing that sleep. You can honestly do all of this without draining your wallet on useless supplements. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one big, provocative question. Which of these metabolic habits are you going to fix first? Because the power really is completely in your hands. Pick just one of these to take action on today and start transforming that sluggish metabolism into a high-performing engine. Thanks for joining me and happy building.